Hello everybody, I'm just coming back here to do a video response, and this is to AndrewBallina. And what I'm going to be showing you is multiple editions of movies I own. He was doing a video response to someone else, and where he was showing some of his favorite movies that he likes to keep different covers or different versions of the movie. I thought it was pretty cool, and he requested, to see some of mine after I mentioned that I do the same thing. So I thought it'd be fun, and you guys might be interested in seeing some of these. I'm going to start with is one that many of you are probably familiar with, and it's Creepshow. I have the Blu-ray here, which I haven't got a chance to watch this yet, and I realize that this is a pretty basic movie as far as not very many special features. This is one that I picked up a long time ago to replace my snapper and just save some space. This is that 4-film favorite. This one here is my DVD. And then this is the one I'm actually kind of excited about. This is a UK import. And I've heard that they're now selling these sometimes just in this case. Not everybody could find these cases. I'm not really for sure. But this does have special features. In the United States, they did a similar type of 2-disc set for Creepshow 2, but they never really released anything with special features for Creepshow 1 in the U.S. This has the commentary with Romero and also Tom Savini, and then it has Tom Savini's behind-the-scenes footage, has some deleted scenes, has a still gallery, has the making of Creepshow. What you would expect normally on a DVD release. It's just that we didn't get it in the U.S. The next one is Watchmen. This is the Watchmen Ultimate Cut, which is the one that I watch a lot. If I'm going to watch this movie, I usually go ahead and watch this one, but occasionally if I'm time constricted, I may watch one of these two. This is the director's cut here, which is the first version of the movie that I bought before the Ultimate Cut came out. I went ahead and decided to keep it because the director's cut is different from the Ultimate Cut. The director's cut only has the movie itself without the Black Freighter story in it. The Ultimate Cut has those spliced together. This here is the theatrical cut on DVD. I actually bought this a while back and forgot all about it, but I bought it just because it wasn't included on any of these other sets either. So that literally is just 3 versions of the film. And as far as I know, the theatrical widescreen version of this movie does not exist on Blu-ray. Maybe in some other region, but I've never been able to find it. Now we're going to get into some movies where I've just collected them for so long that I've actually been able to pick up just format versions. This one I had on VHS, and unfortunately the VHS finally gave up on me, and I had it taped on VHS even before that, so that gives you an idea how old this movie may be for me. The first version that I've got that has survived is on 8mm, which you might have seen a previous video of mine where I talked about 8mm. They call these Video 8 sometimes, but it's an analog version of 8mm that was put out similar to VHS by all the different studios. Just didn't really catch on that well, but that is the oldest version of Teen Wolf that still has survived in my collection. And then here's the newest one I upgraded to Blu-ray, which this is a basic bare bones, and then so is this. And I've actually decided to hang on to this not only because I like this movie a lot, but because Teen Wolf 2 is on there. Not that I'm a humongous fan of Teen Wolf 2, but it's kind of hard to let it go just in case. I don't know if that'll ever get an individual release, on Blu-ray. Next set I'll show is another one that is an older one that I've enjoyed for a long time. I had this taped off of cable for a long time, and then I finally ended up getting the VHS tape. I've had this for quite a while. It's in fairly good condition, but the sound is a little wonky on it, so I upgraded to as 1 and 2, along with the book is included. Make this see a little better there. So there's the book, and of course then I've upgraded to the Blu-ray. So then I'll get into one that I'm kind of excited to show. You guys might be unaware of this, but at one point the movie Seven, David Fincher's Seven, was on the Criterion Collection, and some people might be saying, What are you talking about? I've never heard of 7 on the Criterion Collection. Yes, it was on the Criterion Collection. This is a special edition of 7 on Laserdisc. It's kind of a thick box, and it was all in CAV format. I don't even remember how many discs it includes, but that's irrelevant. But it's a lot. But it has a cool little insert booklet. And the coolest thing about this is some of this stuff has been kind of shown elsewhere, but it is so large here that the detail is actually much easier to make out. Because if you can see this, that writing is very, very fine. Just a small, small font. But being that Laserdisc is as large as it is, it's printed about as big as it would be in a book or in a newspaper or something like that. And it has some deleted scenes, outtakes, making of type stuff, which was completely unheard of on VHS back then, but was kind of a mainstay of Laserdisc special editions and box sets especially. And there's a list of all the different stuff there. But I have that. And then I did have the single disc version, and I traded it off or whatever so I could get this one, which this is a little beat up now, but this is kind of similar to that one. They tried to do that same style. But this is the 2-disc version of 7 that came out on DVD. And then this is my most recent pickup, which is the Digibook version. Has lots of cool stuff. Towards the front here, you'll notice these are some of the exact same things that they kind of show in some of those other versions. But that's a movie that I've really enjoyed having the special features for. It's just a great movie. This is one of my favorite horror films. Coming up next, I actually own 2 different versions of the VHS. This is the single disc version by Media. And then here's the Anchor Bay 2-tape box set that has some special features and has a full gate cover there on the front of Nightmare on Elm Street. I also have the 2-disc single release of Nightmare on Elm Street, which comes, and I actually am fortunate enough to have the slipcase on that one. That was out for a little while with slipcase, and then it was without slipcase for a lot longer. But yeah, that's the special edition. I think they call it the Infinifilm version. And then of course, like a lot of people, I have the regular version that came in this big box set that I got in the late 90s when it very first came out. So that was a version that I actually don't have on Blu-ray, and I never found it on Laserdisc back in the day. There was a really cool version of it on Laserdisc that has the cover, looks like his sweater. It's red and green. It's just a really cool. The last thing I'm going to show is one movie that over the years, not only have I collected most editions of this movie, I have not been able to get rid of hardly any of them. As far as I know, I think I've only let go of 2 editions of. I'll show you at first the most common version of this movie, and this is the original trilogy of Star Wars. And by original trilogy, of course, I mean A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, Episode 4, 5, and 6, which are the mainstay of Star Wars that I grew up on as a kid. These are the latest editions that came out on DVD, which are the single release, and they have 2 versions of the film each, which is the original 1977, 1980, and 1983 untampered with versions. I hate to say original, but yeah, if you know what I mean, like the original unspecialized editions. And then it also has the most recent version, which I believe that new special edition came out like in 2005, maybe, something like that. I could be wrong, I'm not really for sure, but this has both editions of that. And if you're familiar with me talking about the original version and then the all-new enhanced special edition, then you'll realize that in between there was a special edition that came out in 1997. And that, of course, is the original special edition. This gets more complicated. I have what I believe, I mean, there is a Laserdisc version of this, of course, but there has never been, I don't believe, a DVD version of the special edition, the 1997 special edition. And this is about the closest I've ever found. Not that this is a DVD at all, but this is the 1997 special edition on VCD, which includes all the special, enhanced digital effects that George Lucas added in the 90s. And this is very similar to the 2000, I believe it was the year 2000, 2000 release on VHS here in the US. And it includes the episode 2 behind the scenes with George Lucas, what it says, which that was on the 2000 VHS release, which I no longer own. That is a set that I did let go. But I do still own the 1997 original special edition VHS release. I remember going to get this the day it came out, which I believe was right at the end of 1997. Back then, movie releases were quite a bit slower than they are now, especially on something big like Star Wars. I also have here my special THX widescreen edition of Star Wars, and this is, of course, is the one that has the re-release of the digital sound. They enhanced the sound, but other than that, this is the original versions of the film from the 1970s and 80s. So this is the no digital, special effects type stuff, just improved THX sound, and then also just a little bit, crisper picture. But yes, this is the THX widescreen edition of Star Wars on VHS. And then the last two are so big, I would just hold those to the end. This is one that is getting easier to find in the days of eBay and stuff, but this was kind of hard to find. This is the Star Wars Trilogy Special Edition on Laserdisc, which when you open this up here, it has kind of like a little booklet, and then it has each of the films. Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, all the same ones that we've been talking about. But this is the 1997 Special Editions. It is my most prized version, although it's very beat up. I'm very sad to say. I received this when I was in high school as a Christmas present for my grandparents, and it is like literally one of my prized possessions. And this is the Star Wars Trilogy Definitive Collection. Super thick, super heavy. This is probably in the 10-pound range, something crazy like that, at least 7 or 8. And try to carefully open this here. It includes a special book here on this side, which my grandparents actually put the year I got it for Christmas and everything in there, and like signed it. It's kind of weird, but it was very cool. And then here are the 3 movies here on multiple discs each. And it does include some special features, which back then a big special feature was just audio commentary, which this did feature. But yes, this is my original version, and this actually is just like a remixed sound and things like that, and cleared up picture. This is the untouched special effect version, though. This includes the 70s and 80s version of the film. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that. I know this video ran a little bit long, and I had some stuff I wanted to show that I didn't show, but I really just thought this was probably the most interesting things in my collection. AndrewBallina, if you've never checked out his channel, definitely do that. I will make this a video response directly to the video that he showed. Oh, and by the way, this is just a final moment thing. I do have a Criterion update coming up soon. So if you haven't seen that yet, or if you see this first, it should be coming up soon after that. Thanks you guys for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.